Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Janice and I am hoping to help you align your reality. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you are a subscriber, I wanted to say thank you for subscribing. And if you're not, but you've watched my videos and anything that I say resonates with you, please subscribe. I fully intend to have plenty of videos. It does take me a little bit of time in between sometimes. I've got a lot of my own beliefs and cycles that I am working through and breaking. So bear with me. Hopefully I'll be a little bit more consistent. That's definitely my intention and what I am working towards. So here we go. Today I want to break down energy for you. I mention it in every video because, as I've stated every single time, every single thing is comprised of energy, just at different density levels. Everything vibrates at a frequency. So since we are energy, we are vibrating, and the frequency that we are putting out from that vibration is what is attracting back to us the things in our experience. I have props today. Please excuse my lack of artistic ability. I passed that on to a couple of my daughters, did not keep it for myself. So here is my drawing of the different levels of vibrations. This is, I believe, considered to be the Hawkins scale based on Hawkins' thesis about energy, frequency, and vibration. So if you can see it, the lowest down here is a vibration of 20 hertz, and that is shame. Shame is the very lowest vibration that you can operate from. And then up here at the top is 700 hertz plus, which is considered enlightenment. So above shame, we've got guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride, courage, and about 250 hertz, you hit neutrality. When you hit neutrality, that's exactly as it says, neutral. You're just neutral. It's when you reach that place where you no longer are interested in being angry and being ashamed and feeling guilty. You know that there has to be something more. You don't have any idea what it is. So you just sit for a while in that place where you really don't feel anything. There's not necessarily joy or happiness or love, but you're no longer feeling those, just that prison of the really lower, denser energies that hold you into that spiral. Now here's why it's important. Not only does raising your vibration make you feel better, the law of the universe is like attracts like. So if you are putting out the frequency, if you're vibrating at a frequency of shame, guilt, or fear, you're going to attract anything else that is on that vibrational level. Anything. So that could be just money problems. It could be ugly, negative people. Could be a series of negative events in your life, or just always feeling like, why can nothing ever go my way? That's what your life will feel like. I speak from experience. I lived there for a very, very long time. And it just seemed like I could never catch a break. If something went my way, then something would show up on this side and pull the rug right out from under me. I never felt like I could get ahead. And that's what happens when you hold on to those feelings, those past energies. They just keep you in that level where nothing positive can come, because positivity is not going to reduce in vibrational frequency to match where you're at. It's not possible according to the laws of the universe. The only way to achieve it is to raise your own vibration so that you can meet those things. And that's why a lot of life doesn't work out for a lot of people, and right now we are really struggling with that. There is a lot of fear in the atmosphere, in the collective energy. It pours out of the televisions. on a daily basis, and across your social media feeds. And it's hard to escape. You have to make a conscious choice that you no longer want to feel that vibration of fear in your body. You have to just choose not to, and just take the steps to go in the opposite direction. Let me say that just because the chart shows from bottom to top, there's no hierarchy, there's no chain of command, there's none better or worse than the other. It's just different. Different people vibrate at different levels based on their experiences and on their own beliefs that have been ingrained in them since they were pretty much babies and piled on throughout their lives from every external factor that they've ever encountered. So if you're vibrating in those lower densities, you're attracting anything in those lower densities. And that's why good people can have bad things happen to them. You aren't a bad person if your vibration is low. You just have things that you have to let go of. You have denser energies that are keeping you in a belief pattern and in a cycle that can't serve you any longer. And it will cause you physical symptoms. You'll be tired, you'll be lethargic, you'll feel sick, you'll have aches and pains, you might have headaches, you might have backaches, you might have intestinal issues. I've experienced all of these when I was living in that lower vibration. I never wanted to do anything. I remember my oldest daughter one time saying that one of the things that she hated the most that I said was, I don't feel good. And I remember saying it a lot. And so then, of course, that brings up feelings of guilt and shame in me because I gypped her out of her childhood because I was in that lower vibration. That's something I've had to let go of. You know, there were things that I could have done with her as a mother that I didn't do because I didn't feel good. And knowing what I know now, you know, of course, there's some days that hits me. I'm human. It makes me feel bad and wish that I would have been awake sooner so that I would have known to do better. But we can't beat ourselves up for what we didn't know. So, you know, that's something that I have to let go of. It doesn't mean that I don't feel bad about it. It doesn't mean that I don't still wish that she would have had a happier childhood with me as her mother. It just means that I recognize that there's nothing I can do about it. I can't go back 20 years and be a better mom. I can't go back 20 years and wake myself up sooner so that I can expand my awareness and my consciousness enough to understand that, you know, there was better to be done. I just didn't know. You can't do better than you know to do. I've said it before, I'll say it again. We're all doing the best that we can with where we're at, and we are all exactly where we are meant to be at this time. So when you start to decide that you want to feel better and just have better thoughts and maybe attract better experiences in your life, then you'll start to let go of these lower vibrations, you know. And right now, like I said, we're right here at fear, and there are some aspects of our society right now that are trying to keep people down in this shame region. I'm sure that if you're keeping up with current events, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, you have to do what's best for you. You have to do what feels good to you. And when you think about your decisions from a neutral place or a higher vibration than neutral, you'll know inside what's true for you. It'll feel true. When you say the words, when you think about it, you'll feel it. You'll understand it. And the more that you are conscious of your energy and your feelings and your thoughts and your vibration, the easier it'll be for you to feel that. It's actually quite fun. Another thing that, you know, that synchronicity, so that's not another thing, that's exactly it. Synchronicity is exactly what happens with the universe. You will synchronistically bring to you anything that is in your same vibration and in your general vicinity. So You know, your vibration is on this level and everything else on that level is just out here floating around. And as you're traveling about, then it just kind of becomes a time and place thing. You know, you're bound to bump into things on that same vibration. It's the only way that it can possibly work. So then obviously if you raise your vibration, things on that higher vibrational level are around you, just like on the lower vibrational. So better, higher vibrational things will come into your experience. And when the universe lines up things for you that are on the same vibrational level that you're on, that you're emitting, the frequency that you have coming out of you, that's called synchronicity. It synchronistically lines up events and opportunities for you that are on the same vibrational frequency that you are emitting. So you are transmitting this frequency and you are receiving that which is of the same frequency. You can't receive anything on a higher frequency, and you can't receive anything on a lower frequency unless you choose to focus on that lower frequency, which does happen. So that's the next thing that I wanted to talk about. I feel like this process of ascending and raising your vibration, to me it seems kind of like a spiral staircase or a corkscrew. I understand in the Hawkins scale why it goes out, because as you raise your vibration, you expand your consciousness. So it grows out from you, out from your energy body, your aura, and your transmission gets bigger and bigger the more you focus on it. So as I have another problem. As you're raising your vibration and you're going up, 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 the way that it seems to me is if something happened down here that was perceived as negative or traumatic in your situation, in your life circumstances, it seems almost like that travels up in the same area. So that as you're spiraling around, you're going to continue to hit that same type of experience. You'll encounter this if it's a person that treats you a certain way, or for example, in my experience, it's been several people. It's been romantic interest, it's been friends, it's been jobs. I just continue to keep repeating that pattern of not having boundaries and not holding my boundaries, not speaking my truth, not standing up for myself. And so the longer I continue to not do those things, the more times I'm going to go around and hit that same pattern on the spiral. The only difference is the more aware you are of your energy and your thoughts and your vibrations and the frequency that you're putting out and the things that you're receiving back in, the more aware you are of it when it starts to happen. And that's the best thing in the world, because as soon as you recognize, holy crap, this pattern has come back around. I thought I dealt with it, but apparently there's still things in there that I need to let go of, and things about myself that I need to realize and I need to work on in order to completely just remove that cycle or those types of behaviors and scenarios from my life. So each time it's a little bit less, and it's a little bit easier for me to recognize, and the situation lasts less time. I get out faster because I recognize and I don't overlook, you know. If you've been in relationships like that, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. You'll see the red flags almost immediately. But you just ignore them thinking, oh, this time it's going to be different. We all know how that goes. So the higher your vibration and the lighter density your energy body is, the easier it is for you to transmute these negative things and just be done with them. You can break the cycles in your life and the patterns, you know, that maybe have been passed down to you for generations. You know, if your parents or grandparents or aunts or uncles have been passing these beliefs down to you, they got them from somewhere. This can go back generation after generation after generation. of these beliefs that just hold you in a place where nothing positive can come to you until you let go. You have to let go of these ideas. You know, for me, it's just the idea that I have to give 100% of myself in order to be loved by anybody. Or thinking that if I give them 100% of myself, eventually they'll realize that I am exactly what they've been looking for. I'm the answer to all of their prayers, and life is going to be great. That's not realistic. No one can do that for you. You have to do it for yourself. And the only way to do it is to start paying attention to how you feel. If you're not feeling physically well, stop for a minute and think about what it is you're thinking about. It's very probable that whatever it is that was going through your mind at that time is what's causing you to not feel physically well. And then change your thought. Doesn't have to be from shame or fear all the way up to joy and love. You just have to go up the steps. You know, if you're feeling shame and guilt, then you want to get to apathy. Not great, but better. You just have to reach for the next better, just the next better thought, the next second, the next better feeling, and build from there. It's a slow process, but it's even slower if you don't start. So I hope that you will feel some of what I'm saying. If you do, like I said, if you have not subscribed, you can please do so. If you think that this would hit home with anyone else, please feel free to share it. Oh, one more thing about synchronicities. I was walking to find a spot. I always just kind of walk until I feel like I'm in the right spot. And as I was headed here, I found a big giant feather, which in my world, when feathers appear, angels are near, which tells me that I am on the right track. And I also, when I sat down to start making the video, realized that once again today it was 111, which if you know anything about angel numbers is another really good sign, but I'll let you look into that because I don't want to put any preconceived ideas in your head about what these numbers mean. You need to go find the information for yourself and go with what feels right to you. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say for today. I hope that that gives you some basic understanding of energy, frequency, and vibration, and how what you're putting out brings back exactly what you're supposed to get based on what frequency you're vibrating at. If you have questions, you can feel free to comment. I will put my email address in the description box. And as always, I love you. I will see you next time.